Hello, welcome to Brian's live broadcast. Hope you are all well and looking after yourselves. So, um, just wanting to give people understanding there's been a change of plan in the channel and more open. There will be sort of wee light entertainment, but what it is talking about more about debates and stuff like that. I tried to get my other channel up and running, but it seems like it's not able to do that. So what we are trying to do, instead of being a clothing and fashion brand advertising sort of lifestyle, it's going to be on debates, and I think it's the way it's supposed to go. I just wasn't proven to be successful in the way I wanted to do. So, the debate that I am looking to go into, and the thing is I'm trying to get a hold of is, and I have been doing a lot of looking at it, and what it is a lot of people do not know about this, and a lot of people are, I know from country backgrounds and all, are scared to think about this, not there. It's called rewilding. What is rewilding, Bram? Rewilding is regenerating the ecosystem to back to what it used to be. Rewilding is the natural habitats that were diminished and reflourish them. Reflourish them to what? Right. For instance, hundreds of years ago, years and years ago, in the Scottish Highlands, we used to have elks. What elks are, they're the size of a Labrador, and they hunt for red deer, small animals, small predators, and they help the ecosystem balance itself. Also, the other one is wolves. Now, wolves were generated in Scotland about 200 years ago, something like that there. Brian, why would you want to say anything like that there? Well, you look at the way the economies and everybody's complaining about ecosystems and what we could do to regenerate it and to bring trees back into the natural environment. And also the other one would be wild horses. So yeah, regenerating sort of ecosystems, natural habitats and stuff like that there, bringing that back into the general sort of ecosystem where pollution is not as high, or what is our lifestyle is generating more pollution. So what it is the natural habitats, which are your trees and that are the carbon dioxide that the earth creates, come back, can the trees can help to digest that carbon dioxide and the CO2 levels, bring them down and regenerate it into the natural habitats and put it into the trees. The trees feed that into the ground, and then the ground helps to create levels of growing and generates a good ecosystem for the planet, and where we can thrive and build our animal sanctuaries. Our ecosystem can regenerate itself and be a lot better for the environment, be a lot better for the animals. Because what I know from sort of looking into this is, I have been looking into it for a few weeks. Scottish Highlands, I know from Scotland's point of view, and I say I'm not trying to have a dig at Scotland or anything like that. I'm not. I think Scotland could thrive off this. Could thrive very, very well in tours. People from England, people from Northern Ireland, people from across the world could go into, go to Scotland, go to the Highlands, go to a small forest park and see the natural habitats flourish and do very, very well. And I think it's very, very good for the economies and stuff like that. like everyone needs to look at is Yellowstone. Yellowstone in 1985 generated and brought in wolves. Wolves were brought into the natural habitats in Yellowstone and have been thriving. They've changed the ecosystem dramatically. There's actually waterfalls, or they've actually generated and helped to generate waterfalls. Why? Because what the ecosystem has done and what they have done over there is also they have helped to bring in beavers. Beavers and also wolves feed off beavers cut down trees where they generate dams and generate natural habitat of waterfalls and stuff like that there. Or they generate natural pools, water pools and stuff, and things that go on like that. Wolves feed off deers and stuff like that. Deers, any of the sort of habitats that sort of feed off grass or anything like that. And what it has, it's balanced itself out. Well, how has it balanced itself out? So the way it's balanced it out is wolves feed off prey and stuff like that. And what they have done is grasslands or deers feed off grassland, and grassland can't survive. It can't survive off wild generating its nutrition. So what's the nutrition, Brian? Whenever you go into the ground, there's it's called nitrogen. There's the nitrogen on the ground. It creates plants. It creates a natural habitat. It creates grass. It creates it helps to create natural habitats, which you look at your flies feed off natural habitats, which is your plants, your bees feed off pollens levels. And how does that create? Well, that's created through grass, natural grass seeds and things like that there. That's created through the ground. So what does that do? Well, whenever deers or anything looks into that there, deers feed off grass. They chew up anything that the natural habitat has created. The CO2s and the nitrogen in the ground that creates the grasslands. It should be controlled in a natural environment. So a natural environment is, say for instance, you have your wolves, you have your elks, you have your deers, you have your pollen levels, which is your bees, you have your dragonflies, you have all this here working off your natural habitat and your sort of your grasslands and stuff like that, and your ponds and stuff like that. So if you start to take one thing away, then what you have to do is man has to manage that. And it's proven to be, and through Yellowstone and through that there, that man cannot control natural habitat. It cannot control it. It needs animals to do that. Why? Because animals themselves, it's built in their DNA, built in their genes and their DNA, that there's animals that live off deers, there's animals that live off pollen levels within the plants, there's animals that live off other circumstances within the sort of the countryside. So if we take one thing away from that, then man has to try and control it. And from experience within, I'm seeing at the minute, from Yellowstone, and I will go on to what I'm saying about Scotland, and even Northern Ireland in itself can learn from this as well. It's not just about Scotland, Northern Ireland can learn from this. So what we are seeing from Yellowstone and what I'm seeing myself is that Yellowstone themselves have literally came up with a creative way. From 1995 they've been doing this. They have their wild horses in there, they have their bears in there, they have their beavers, and they have also their wolves. And what they are doing documentaries on within the past 2 to 3 years, they are showing how they're thriving, they're showing how they're able to generate a countryside or national park that should be thriving off itself, not man-made things that they're trying to control it. It's thriving off its natural habitats, which if there's too much population of deer, the wolves, the bears control that. Also, what there is if there's a natural habitat that the bear is threatened by the wolves, then that's controlled by the bears. And then what that means is there's an area where the wolves will thrive, and there's an area where the bears will thrive. But if they cross paths, the bears will feel threatened, and what they will do is, if they have to, they will kill. If they have to, they will kill. But that's through natural habitat, that is through natural resources, that's through their natural environment. So that is the reason why the Yellowstone is doing well. So Brian, bringing it over here to Northern Ireland and Scotland and England. Well, you look at England, Dartmoor's down towards Devon. They are doing actually quite the same thing. They are using wild horses. Wild horses in Dartmoor and Devon are thriving and doing very, very well. They're controlling things that are going on. They're actually creating natural walkways through their own prints and stuff like that, through their own environments. They're creating natural walkways where you can walk alongside the horses. You can you can go out and live a lifestyle, go out and stay in the country where they are actually doing that. Then, I'd say there is other natural resources that are doing that as well. Within Kent and stuff, they are looking at this. Kent National Park are actually thinking of bringing elks in. So what are elks, man? Elks are more or less like the same thing as wolves. They feed off the deers and stuff. They're smaller animals, like natural wildcats. Wildcats they're like your domestic cats but slightly bigger. And elks feed off them, or they feed off rabbits. Sort of natural, smaller wildlife. But that's taken away other things. But whenever you got to live so everybody's complaining about the ecosystem in this here. Well, this is how we can start from learning. And this is how we can do things a lot better to help our environment. It helps us to live a better lifestyle and help to collaborate with our natural environments and help to look after the planet by doing this. It's not just about sort of cleaning up the rubbish, which we should be doing in our waters and in our own environment, in our own urban areas. It's about helping our people in the countryside, helping our wildlife animals, and collaborating with farmers. But as you're saying, Brian, what about the farmers? So what I would say, and I think would be able to help, is the farmers. And yes, there will be the odd death within the farmers' livestock and that there. And yes, there would be sacrifices. But this is where what you can do is ask a government to set up a private separate funding. And say, for instance, if an elk or a wolf does kill one of your sheep or does do that, then what it would be, because you've set up this within your area, say for instance the Highlands, there's certain parts of the Highlands that set this up. Instead of relying on EU money, what we can do is say, right, okay, we're taking away the EU subsidy. What we can do is bring in British subsidy and bring in British environment money and say, right, what we can do is, right, Brian, British government could set up a subsidy payment and saying, right, farmers, whoever loses a sheep due to the natural environment through either wolf or elks or anything like that, there's a subsidy payment for the amount of sheep that you've lost. So what it is because you are helping to look after that, you're getting subsidy from the British government to help subsidise what you've lost. I think that would go down a very, very great deal. I think it would go down in where farmers would actually go, do you know what? We could do this. Because what it is, if we're helping to look after that and we're working with people who study and look after animals in this area, like you have people who look after wolves and they know the natural habitats of wolves and what way that they are able to guide and protect farmers and say, here's what's happening and here's what we can do and here's how we can do it. Then what it is your park rangers who deal with wolves and deal with elks or anything like that they're working alongside your farmers, dealing with the farmers. I said, right, okay, what happened this week? Have you seen of anything, or have you felt a threat within your farm or anything like that? So what they will do is, right, the farmer would explain what's going on, what's happening, and where it's happening, and what they've lost or what they have seen change. So what that park ranger does, or what that person does who's specially educated in wolves, elks, and looking after the trails and looking after the tracks, what they can do is they can go, right, what we'll do is we'll investigate for the next couple of days and we'll see where the tracks lead to. And then if we feel threatened or anything like this, what we can do is a park ranger can say, put this out to prevent any threat, put this out that can feel if you feel any threat coming to your farm. And then what it does, that sense of smell or that sense of danger that the wolf feels threatened, it runs away, or the elk runs away from and knows not to come back. I generally do think it's sort of that's where our natural ecosystem can benefit. But what does it do for the economy? The economy can thrive off this. What it can do, it can generate, like yourself, like I've seen within looking at it, is Dartmoors and Kent and all. They have been doing very, very well within people visiting, people coming and touring caravans, staying for quite a long time, seeing these natural habitats, seeing the forest, seeing for what it is, and they're enjoying it. How are they enjoying it? They're enjoying it from a point of view, they're outside the urban areas, they're in peace, they're able to think more, they're able to get away from their busy lifestyle, they're able to enjoy the natural environment, they're able to enjoy the countryside. And what it means the country farmers can thrive and generate a more income and let people walk on the land. And what they can do is create some kind of dialogue with the government and say, right, we can create a walkway system that sort of helps us to generate an income. It helps us because, as you know yourselves, farmers they have a hard time. Now, it's not an easy lifestyle. I'm studying it myself. I have studied it through doing stuff like that, and I know it is a hard lifestyle, but it's something that it's sort of, I can understand where they're coming from. So I wanted to do this live stream on that, but you're also saying, Brian, what about Northern Ireland? What can Northern Ireland do? Northern Ireland can sort of, you're looking at the Moor Mountains. The Moor Mountains itself, it couldn't deal with elks or anything like that. It couldn't deal with wolves or anything, but what it could deal with is wild horses. Wild horses creating stuff like that. Then also what it could do is maybe from natural wild beavers, we could maybe look into that. Northern Ireland could thrive off that and what it can do. The Moor Mountains already creates a lot of publicity and stuff, but you imagine people going to the Moor Mountains and seeing wild horses, seeing things like that. There's a lot of people that have to go all the way to America or all the way to England. You think of the people from your local areas going to Newcastle. Newcastle area itself could thrive with the amount of tourists that would come through. It's already doing pretty well. You think of how much more they would want to stay in the Moor Mountains, stay around in Carphonic, even sort of your natural Carphonic forest parks and stuff like that there. There's something that you could maybe do that sort of maybe feed off a wee bit more and create more of a natural atmosphere there. I think, now as I say, it is a possibility you could create, you could have a couple of horses through that natural environment there. I haven't been down to Carphonic Forest Park for quite some time, but from what I can gather, there is bedding, there is trees that sort of you could help to flourish there through having wild horses there and having something like that. So I just wanted to say, I wanted to come on and see what we could do to do this, because everybody's talking about, oh, we want to help the environment, we want to do this, we want to do that. Give us a wee second. Everybody's saying, oh, we want to help the environment, we want to do this, we want to help make our planet better, we want to do electric, we want to help to generate electric cars and stuff. That's all good, but where it starts from the bottom up. And what I mean from the bottom up, you look at your countrysides, you look at your natural forest parks, your national parks, you can start with there. And what it can do is helping to build trees and help to plant trees within there. Also, you could help with your local farmers and say, right, where do you feel that you could help to plant trees, create a natural environment for birds that could thrive, where the squirrels can thrive, where actually dragonflies and things like that there. So it's starting from the bottom up. And everybody thinks it's so hard. It's not. It's about communication. And something I learned whenever I was doing youth work and stuff like that there is communicating with others, dialoguing with others, speaking with others, and sort of being able to generate a friendship and a dialogue that you're able to say, right, we want to work with you, we want to do this with you, how can we do this, how can we go down it? Brian, it's all about funding. Well, this is where you have us coming out of the EU and stuff like that there, and everybody's saying, oh, Brexit's going to be negative, Brexit's going to do that. The money that the British government plants into the EU is going to be the British economy money. So what that means is there's going to be more money to be subsidised for the British economy. How can we do that? the money that we generate for the EU and that there, I think what we can do is subsidise that for natural habitats, natural environments, building better ecosystem. Like you look at it, everybody's saying about electric cars and stuff like that there. So what do you need for electric cars? You need battery generated areas. So what we can do is generate battery power points. What we can do is also electric scooters, making them more illegal for road users. And you're already seeing in Northern Ireland the first three eco-friendly buses that should be within Northern Ireland within the next year. So that's good. That is, I think that there is a good thing. And I'm going a wee bit off course here, apologies. So, what that would mean for us and for anybody in Northern Ireland or within the UK government, we are leaving the EU. People see Brexit as a negative point of view, as I said earlier on in this video. I see it more as a positive point of view. The positive point of view is UK is taking control of itself. It's taking control of its own it's taking control of its own money. And what we are able to do, we're able to subsidise that through the UK government, with the UK. Now, UK government, what do you mean by that? Well, you know yourselves, within yourselves, we elect the elected government. What they do is they take control of the money and the taxpayers' money to flourish that into the British economy, flourish that into programmes dealing with NHS, youth work, teachers, education, anything to do with that there, creating small businesses, creating sort of national parks, creating play parks for kids and stuff like that. So that is us taking control of that. That is us having a bigger financial benefit, whereas we have more money to spend on the British economy instead of putting it into the European Parliament, and we're not getting the full benefit of what we're putting into it. That's all about controlling the British economy, controlling our own money, taking control of our own financial benefits, and what it is subsidising that money and benefiting for ourselves, our own environment, our own the own UK government, our own electors. Like us as electors, we elect our government to take control of the government, of the electorate, to help to control the British economy, to help take control of the environment, to help take control of the taxes and stuff like that. That's what the British government is employed to do. We elect them to do that, also to help to govern and look after our local economies, our local governments, and being able to do that. So I am going a wee bit off key, as I say, I will go off key, but that's what I'm trying to explain, is if we can do this with looking after ourselves, looking after our own ecosystem, and what we can do is, as I said, and I'll repeat it again, I'll repeat and repeat again, what we are is trying to balance our own economy out to help us as a British government, and to help to flourish where it needs to be flourished, help us take control of our own environment. Like, everybody's saying, oh, we want to be net zero by 2050. Well, the way things are going at the minute, if we don't get our subsidy and the money that we should be getting from you, the taxpayers, from you that pay the taxes, from you, us who pay every day, pay the bills every day, who help to pay their taxes every day, who pay the rates every day, us, the British people who help to pay that. What that does is that creates money that pays into the government. Then the government pays some of that into the European Union, and we don't get very much back. So what we are able to do whenever we're going through the Brexit deal, and what that does, that money that you pay and we pay ourselves pays back into pays to the government. We get that back by what? By building better structure program, by building natural resources, by building natural habitats, by building up our ecosystem, by putting our net zero, by planning a better net zero, by planning a better natural habitats for our wildlife, by being able to help to generate the rewilding program, by generating a better ecosystem for our wildlife, by better generating a better economy for our tourist industry. It goes on a cycle and a cycle and a cycle, and that's what I believe that we should be able to do within ourselves. And I think if we can generate a better life for ourselves and a better generation. I'm going on a wee bit, and I don't mean to go on, and I apologies, and I do hope that you all listen and look after and sort of. I have gone over 30 minutes here. Apologies for that. So I want to thank everybody who has been on and helped me out here. I say the channel is looking to go different ways. It is looking to go a different plan, and apologies for this for anybody who has been sort of watching anything. And I just want to know that everybody who has been watching the previous channels, I hope that you stay with me and look after the channel, because I think more on the debates. I think this is where the channel wants to go. It's where I think it should go. I just don't think I can get enough content with itself on daily lifestyle. I don't think that's where channels are going now. I don't think that's where YouTube is going now. I think a lot of people are sort of saying it's light-hearted entertainment, or debates, or if you're into agriculture, farming channels are thriving off very much, and so I think that's where it's going, and so a few people are sort of thinking, why would it not? What benefits from a farmer from this year? The farmers would benefit a lot more from a lot of tourists going into small towns in the summer. The small country area would thrive off people from urban areas going to smaller towns and smaller national parks, smaller communities. You think of a small country pub, a country area in Devon or anywhere like that. And if you have a lot of people going to Devon and Dartmoors and the moors there, you think of many people who would go in there in the summer, go down towards Devon and sort of see there. That small country pub thrives off that, because they mightn't, I'm not saying they will, I'm not saying they don't or they do, they mightn't get as much coming in through the winter than they would in the summer. So what it does is that summer subsidy, that summer income, helps them to benefit for the rest of the year. So I'm not saying it does, I'm not saying, I don't find me accountable to this, but you say for instance May, June, July, August and early September, those small country pubs, that small area within Devon, that would probably get a thriving income in those few months. That's maybe October, November, December, January, February, March, they wouldn't get. So you're thinking October, November, December, there's 3 months. January, February, March, there's 6 months. 6 months of the year, they may only get half of an income. The farmers might only get half, half the tourists. They may get very many in the winter time. Now you may get the odd traveller coming in the winter, but you wouldn't get that very many. So what it would be is they would get subsidy for letting people going through their land, through the grassland. They would generate a pathway that would subsidise, and what it does is creates a pathway. A tourist can go to certain areas within that area, and because there's so many tourists going through their land, is the government, I think, help to subsidise that. They are able to help them and say, right, you can go through this area or you can go through that area, or we can't go through their land, we can't go through that land. It's all about planning, permission and helping the farmers, helping the local communities, and that's where I think creating the national parks, helping the national parks to thrive and to build on their structure, that sort of I would believe would be possible. I think it's great that sort of that the channel does go that way. I think it should happen this way. Sorry, I'm just getting a couple of questions here. So, I think it would be benefit for the channel to go that way, because it's the clothing brand. I'm still going to keep the channel and still keep the website going. I'm trying to create a business and income. YouTube, I say, I'm not getting very many visitors at the minute. I need 4,000 watch hours and a lot of likes. So if you can like us here and say, but a lot of what I see is the debate channel and where debates are going. I think that's where it needs to go, and it will be changing. The briefing of it will be changing the description to Brian's debate channel, because I think that's where it's going. I think there's topics that everybody wants to talk about, and there's topics where it needs to go, and that's where I think I do want to take it. Like there's various topics of what about disability and stuff like that there, and what about what the government's doing at the minute. There's topics on that there. What about, there's football, there's stuff about things like that. So that's where it's looking to go. I would like to generate another channel, but it's not proven to be it's not proven to be accessible at the minute, because it's proven to be quite difficult. So there's a lot of YouTube channels out there, and I just think for myself, I just want to keep this in the way it's going, and I think that's where it needs to go and it wants to go, as I said earlier on. So yeah, I'm just waiting on a couple of these messages coming through here. So right, okay. So what is my plan for the future? Well, the plan for the future is, I say, if I can get the website running itself and me doing the YouTube channel here, is I would like to bring a steady income because it's proven to be difficult at the minute. Without having jobs and stuff like that, it's proven to be difficult to generate, to even apply for jobs and stuff like that there. So what I am looking at is the website. I'd say I'm going off topic here, apologies. I'd say I'm getting a couple of questions from a couple of people here. So what it is about what I was trying to do is collaborate the website and YouTube together, but it's proven to be difficult and it's proven not to be worthy. So I'm just trying to create a better content, better program, and a better understanding of where we want to go and how we want to do it and what needs to happen. Because of collaboration with clothing and YouTube, it could happen, but the thing is, I'm still in the early stages of it. The business has only been going up maybe 8 months, and I've gotten a couple of sales, but it's proven to be very, very difficult to collaborate my online store with YouTube. Oh, the plan is now is a lot of people have seen me as very open-minded. I like to speak my mind. I like to speak various topics. Like whenever I was dealing with the young people and helping them, I helped structure them into open their minds a wee bit more, see and open their eyes a lot wider and see the potential that's in them, see the potential what they want to do and what things they. So I think that's where I need to bring the channel, is I'm being close-minded and trying to collaborate with clothing and that. So I say I am off topic here, and I am getting questions here about why you staying away from clothing and stuff like that. I am staying with clothing. I am staying with that. But what I am looking to do is build more a debate, an opinionated channel where people can speak their mind. People can. It's not on guns blazing, but it's more open minded and sort of anybody who has an opinion, speak their mind and talk about it, but within authority, within a law by authority. It's not about, oh, I can make my opinion and Brian talks about it. No, it's not like I have to go through a structure program. I have to go through a law. I have to go by what I'm eligible to do through YouTube and what YouTube allows me to do. Because I say, I do not want to get demonetized. I do not want anybody putting a blacklist on my channel. I don't want anything like this. I say, that's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm looking to plan to do, and that's where I feel it needs to go. So going back on course with rewilding and stuff like that there, I did go off course. So as said earlier on, the rewilding I think is a big plan for UK and UK government. I think it needs to help. I think it needs to sort of get its backside in gear because I've been talking about this for 5 years. I think it's time now. Time is not. There's less time for talking and more time for action. So I think action needs to start, because they're saying they want low carbon emissions and anything, and our ecosystem be better by 2050. If you're going at this structure stage, it's going to be 2100, or even maybe more. There probably will be no planet. So I think rewilding itself can help to thrive off that. they're already starting with the electric cars and stuff. Like, it looks like that's going well. So what we are, I'm going to finish up within the next 5-10 minutes. Apologies. And so for those who have just came in and sort of saying, what I was talking about earlier on is about rewilding and sort of Scotland, Northern Ireland and the UK help to generate natural resources, natural environments, and to help to thrive our national parks, whereas in our carbon dioxide and our emissions are low, that the trees can thrive, the plants can thrive, the wildlife can thrive. That's what I am talking about. So if you go back and watch the video later on, earlier on, you can see all this. And just to let us go off course here again, please subscribe, please like and share this, because it takes time to think about this, it takes time to plan this, and it takes time to help to voice any opinions, to voice what people are thinking, to voice a structure, and sort of let anybody have their opinion and that there. So it's please generate that. I'd say it would be nice to do that. So it would. And there will be more content coming out within the next couple of days. So I'll maybe do another video, and what that one is going to be on wild horses. And what they're doing and what they can do to help things and how things can go. So, and then we'll maybe do one on a whole thing on wolves and what they do and what they do. But at the minute, it's just voicing people's opinions and stuff like that there, voicing a topic that's, I think, a lot of people are sort of looking at, and it has been on the pipeline within the UK government for the past maybe 5-6 years, maybe longer. So I think it's time now people to subscribe, voice their opinion on here, and what I can do is the more that people voice their opinion on this, the more that I get noticed, and then hopefully within that I am able to help to I don't know what we can do from that, but maybe what we could do is through my opinion poll and stuff like that there, we could do petitions or anything like that. We could help to structure the plans and thrive off there and make that a lot better. But I say, this channel is all about you. It's all about you and what you want and what you are looking for. It's never about what I want. I always try to think of others before I think of myself. I've always been that way. I've always structured myself that way. I've always tried to do things in that way because that's where I've been brought up, and that's the way I want to do things. So right, okay. So the Facebook stuff and all, everything's going to stay. Sorry, I'm going off course. Apologies, but there is people asking questions here. So what about the Facebook? The Facebook. These are a couple of people who subscribe to the channel. Apologies. The Facebook stuff and that there is going to be the same. It's going to stay the same. Say this is a YouTube channel. I'll probably set up a different Facebook for the debates. I don't know yet. I just want to see how this goes and see what the plan is, because it's still in early development. What we were advertising clothing and stuff like that. It's proven not to be successful. So it's time to restructure and move differently. So You will get a daily lifestyle of me. I will show you a couple of things I'll show on me. I'll maybe do the debate playlist and then do a lifestyle, or I'll do a lifestyle playlist. But it's really more about debates than it is about my lifestyle. And that's where I think we should go. Aye. So, as saying before, please help subscribe and join the channel. I say that's where I really would benefit a lot, and it would help me. Sorry, I'm just looking for my dog. So that's where it would generate a lot for me and help me out and help to generate a lot more subscribers and help me to make things a lot better. Apologies, I'll just turn the lights on here. That's a lot better. Sorry. Yeah, so I don't know if you could see there, but that's where I think it could go, and I think that's where it should go. I'm just about to finish up in a few minutes here, so for those who have popped in, sorry that you've missed out in nearly 40 minutes of me talking about debate, rewilding, where we should be going, what way the channel's going, and what structure the channel's looking to take. So I am sorry for anybody who has joined late, and apologies for that, but I hope you are all doing very, very well and looking after yourselves. I know it's been hard times with this pandemic and everything that's going on. Oh, there's a few have just came in. Apologies for that. Right, okay. Yeah. That may be a plan. So I'm just reading a couple of comments here. Apologies. Thank you. Yeah. Right, you saw that in Yellowstone? Yeah, I did myself, like I'd say. Yellowstone, I think, is a prime of how successful it can be. I think if you go to Yellowstone, like for those people who can't afford to go to Yellowstone, that's the reason why I'm saying use the British national parks, because they could do that. Like I think there's like 3.5 million people live in Scotland, and the rest is all countryside, and there's national parks all up there. And that's why I think Scotland could thrive off, their economy could thrive, their tourist sites could thrive, because they have a better structure plan. They have better capacity and a better force capacity to deal with this and to make it a lot better. Well, what do I say? I'm not having a go, but what actually happens in Scotland? And this question put. Scotland have people going out onto the natural parks, and they shoot them. They shoot deers to keep the numbers down. Whereas in my opinion, and I don't agree with that. I think natural resources should do that, which is your elks, your wolves. but those farmers can say that they could go after sheep. They could go after sheep, but if there's enough food supply, I don't see why they should be going anywhere near the sheep. They shouldn't be going anywhere near where the farmers are. They shouldn't need to have to go down that this area because they say there's enough food supply to deal with the elks, to deal with the wolves and anything like that there. There's enough food supply. And then also there is talk about even bringing a few bears in there. There's even enough food supply once if we go through with this Brexit and we control our fisheries. The UK government control our fishery borders. The fish and the salmon, there's going to be loads of it there because it's our resources are for the UK government, so our natural resources is for the UK first before anyone else. So I think that's where things could benefit. And as said earlier, the tourist sites would have, the small towns would be able to thrive and they actually be able to have a lot bigger income, and then also they'd be able to feed their families a lot better and feed the wider community and be able to employ a lot more people. It's all about employment, it's all about sort of building the economy up as they want to do, but doing it in a practical and a sensible manner. Well, the wild horses and stuff like that there is, as I say, I will talk about another time. I will talk about various topics on this rewilding. I was just voicing my opinion, letting my opinion sort of just generate my opinion and see where that goes. And hopefully people will like it, and hopefully people will benefit from my voice, my opinion being told here, and what we could do to make the channel a lot better. Hopefully voicing our opinions, getting that off our head, speaking that out, maybe be able to do something about it. Well, as I say, it's nearly an hour here, and apologies for this. I just want to finish up. As I should have finished up about 10 minutes ago, but as I said, there is people on here. There's a couple of people on looking out for me. I just want to thank anybody who has been on, and I just really appreciate everything that you have done for the channel. I just want to thank anybody who has been supporting the channel. We are still live, we are still going to be on, but the thing is, it is going to be planning to go a different way. It's planning to go a different platform, because lifestyle vlogging is proven not to be a very popular plan. It's hard to generate support. It's hard to generate subscribers. So what I am looking at is maybe debates, and talking about debates and stuff like that, and just getting people to voice their opinion and what they want to see, how they think things are going, where the future is in UK government, what they generally want to talk about. And so that is the plan, and that is where I'm looking to take it. So coming up to an hour, please subscribe, like the channel, and subscribe, share with friends, let friends know that you are looking at, say, this is where a new channel, and here's what he's talking about. And I hope you do like it. I hope you do enjoy the content. I say, even if you don't, and if you want to voice your opinion, go ahead. I'm not I'm not shy of any criticism if you want to take criticism, but be respectful. I say I am making time and making effort. There's just over an hour of my time. I could have been doing something else, but it's an hour that I want to give to you and to let you know where I'm looking to go. Like, subscribe, and check our channel out. And also, check the website out. I'll put a link in there as well. But enjoy, look after yourself, and be kind to other people. Look after others. Bye.